morning and welcome to Wayne Goldsboro Television. It's Friday, January the 25th. I'm Kim Best.
And I'm Wayne Alley. Welcome to the program, Wayne Goldsboro Television Today.
That's right.
All right, on today's program, Kim, we have Scott and Mike.
Scott Barnard and Mike FRYT. That's
right,
exactly right.
From the Parks and Recreation Department. You talked to those gentlemen.
That's right.
And we also have, we took a trip out to the Farm Bureau office here in Goldsboro. They had a nice presentation out there, and we're going to see that presentation, as a matter of fact, and talk to those folks out there.
That's right. You know, Scott and Mike came in. They were talking a whole lot of details about this new trailway that is coming to Goldsboro that has already been opened, and they're working on it. So you'll hear more details about that from Mike FRYT and from Scott Barnard.
Yeah, in fact, that's going to be a lot of fun for people.
It certainly is.
Anybody who likes to ride bicycles or get that extra bit of exercise in.
That's right, and they're saying you can even walk these trails.
Really?
Yeah, that's what Scott was telling me. You can walk these trails, and some are more difficult than others. You can go out as a family, but you just stay tuned. They'll give you details of where it is and how you can be a part of it.
Okay, that's going to be a lot of fun. Stay tuned for that.
That's right.
All right, coming up, we have a lot of things going on out at the Senior Center here in Goldsboro.
We certainly do.
And I'll be going over some of the activities they have planned. Also want to let you know that Wayne County Read selected their book. We mentioned this yesterday. The book is Bless Me Ultima, written by Rudolfo Anaya. And I'll tell you more about that. And I believe Tara's going to be in. Is she going to be talking about that?
Not today, but sometime soon in the next few days she's going to come in from Wayne Community College. That's Tara Humphreys.
Right.
And she'll be giving us details on all the different things that are happening at Wayne Community, which includes Wayne County Reads.
Wayne County Reads, a bunch of stuff.
That's exactly right.
The Wayne County Veterans and Patriots Coalition has let us know that the wall that heals, the Vietnam Veterans wall, is coming to Goldsboro and Wayne County.
Right.
We have details on that. We'll let you know about about when to expect that. It's coming up in April. We'll give you information on all of that coming up soon.
That's right. And we wanted to remind you that this coming Wednesday, January the 30th, 4-H Soil and Water Contest is happening. The Wayne County 4-H is taking entries for its 2013 Soil and Water Conservation Contest. This year's theme is Water, the Cycle of Life. The deadline for entering is February the 11th. For more information, contact 919-731-1527. That is this Wednesday, January the 30th at 6 p.m. at Wayne County 4-H. I would assume that takes place over at the Extension.
I would think so. That's a good assumption.
I would assume so.
The annual Senior Games Health Fair is going to be held at the Peggy M. Seegers Senior Center. That will be Thursday and coming up in March, the first week of March. Want to get ready for this right away. But on March 7th, it's from 10 till 12:30. And last year they had about 30 vendors, and this year they're going to expect even more. They will be offering free health screenings for seniors. Seniors will be offered a light lunch. They're going to have all kinds of things to do and see, and raffles and all that. It's going to be a big event. Talk to Aaron McAuliffe if you would like to participate. If you want to know more about it, Aaron's number 705-1785, 705-1785 at the Seegers Senior Center on East Ash Street.
That's right. I want to remind you, this weekend, Saturday, January the 26th, that's tomorrow, they're having the Stony Creek Trail Fix-Up Day. The location is 1 block north of Ash Street, across from Stony Creek Park, behind the Lantern Inn. It's the intersection of Peachtree and Durant. They're looking for volunteers to help manicure a bike trail and spruce up the appearance of the Stony Creek Trail. That trail is from Ash Street all the way to Royal Avenue. It includes a single-track bike trail in that area, where they're asking you to bring your clippers and some gloves, so you can help clip down, I'm sure, small branches and things like that. And they will provide you with a T-shirt and water throughout the day if you're interested in participating. And that is to help spruce up the bike trail and the walking trail at Stony Creek Park. You
know, I've been in the Goldsboro, Wayne County area about almost 27 years now. And over that period of time, having lived in larger cities and in smaller towns, I can't help but think and realize that one of the most important part of any community in any city is its parks.
Absolutely.
And I've lived in Charlotte, Greensboro, the Raleigh-Durham area, Richmond, and they all have really nice parks. And we have the beginnings of a really nice park system here in Wayne County.
We do.
And especially Stony Creek Park. That is just, it's beginning to really be nice. It was nice to start with, but now it's even nicer. And I do hope people get out and enjoy and realize what we have here in Wayne County. Our park system is starting to grow, and
It absolutely is.
Really nice.
I mean, all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them are.
And you know, if you want to hear more about that, you can contact the people at Goldsboro Parks and Recreation, but you can go on the website and see the changes as well.
Yes, yes.
I mean, look what has happened at Stony Creek Park through the year. I mean, now they have a dog park out there. They have a walking trail. They have things for children out there. The list goes on and on.
Yeah.
They have disc golf.
In fact, I was talking with someone the other day who said, you know, we used to take our dogs out of town to another part of the state just to walk the dogs and to exercise them. They don't have to do that now.
That's exactly right.
They do it right here in Wayne County.
That's right.
Coffee.
Coffee?
Coffee.
What about it?
After coffee beans are decaffeinated, coffee manufacturers sell the caffeine to soft drink makers. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
They also sell it to pharmaceutical companies. You know, a lot of pharmaceuticals have caffeine in them. The average U.S. worker spends $1,092 on coffee each year.
Wow.
How about that?
Never heard the numbers before.
Starbucks is named for Captain Ahab's first mate, Starbucks. The founders had considered naming it Pequod's after the ship. But chock full of nuts coffee does not contain nuts. It contains coffee. It's named for a chain of nut stores the founder converted into coffee shops. According to legend, Honoré de Balzac drank 50 cups of coffee a day to fuel his writing.
Wow.
50! That's a bunch of coffee.
Yes, that is.
In 1932, Brazil could not afford to send its athletes to the Olympics in Los Angeles, so they loaded their ship with coffee and sold coffee along the way to fund the trip. 1932. In 1674, the women's petition against coffee said it was turning British men into useless corpses.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. British men were being turned into useless corpses because of coffee. They proposed a ban to anyone under the age of 60. You can't drink coffee just because you're
60 years old.
Until you're 60 years old.
Gracious.
Coffee was banned in Mecca in 1511. It was believed to stimulate radical thinking and hanging out.
I figure.
Also, the first webcam watched a coffee pot. It allowed researchers at Cambridge University to monitor the coffee situation without leaving their desks. That's interesting.
Okay.
And it sounds like that, yes. In 2008, Anna Marie Osniz received a life-saving kidney from an unlikely source. Seems that her Starbucks barista, Sandy Anderson, was one who donated the kidney to her, so that's nice. That's a few facts about coffee that are just really unimportant at this very moment. But I thought I'd throw it out there anyway.
Fun facts.
Yes, indeed.
Well, let's see. The 7th Annual Wayne County Hot Stove League Banquet.
What?
Now, that is a mouthful, so listen again. The 7th Annual Wayne County Hot Stove League Banquet is taking place at Lane Tree Golf Club. Let's hear more about that.
What is a hot stove league banquet?
Let's see. The banquet speaker is East Carolina head coach Billy Godwin.
Hey.
Yeah. Awards will be presented to local players for their achievements in the year 2012. Social begins at 6:30 with dinner and banquet beginning at 7. If you would like tickets, contact Rooster Nairn at 919-920-8181 or Roger May at 738-5219. You can also talk with Larry Gerard at 921-1412. It says this is Monday, February the 4th at 6:30 p.m. It'll last until 9. Tickets are $15 for adults, $10 if you're under the age of 18. Not sure what Hot Stove League is. I'm assuming it's baseball. Good assumption there, right?
It's a good assumption, especially if Rooster's involved.
That's exactly right. And head coach Billy Godwin in East Carolina. There you go. That should be our ticket.
Exactly. That's your. That's
our little
the information right there that tells you everything you needed to know about
that. That's right.
Well,
what is happening?
I have a folder here from Diane Ivey at the
Wayne Community College.
Exactly, at the Business and Industry Center out at Wayne Community College. I'll tell you what, anybody who is interested or even thought about having or starting their own business, and you know what, you don't even have to have a product. If you have an idea for just going into business. You know, I want to start a business, but I don't know what I want to do. You need to talk to the folks at Wayne Community College at the Business and Industry Center, because they can help you decide what you may want to get into.
That's right.
Whether it's a service business or manufacturing or selling a product, they can help you with all this. You need to talk to the folks at Wayne Community College at the Business and Industry Center, and they can help you get started with your own business. Even if you have an idea for something you want to do, or if you have no idea about what you want to do, they can still help you get started.
That's exactly right. And there will be people coming in from Wayne Community College to talk more about that in the near future.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
All right.
Let's see. Diabetes Part 1 seminar is taking place at Services on Aging, right there on East Ash Street, Wednesday, February the 6th at 10:30. Let's see, it says Carolyn Robertson. Let's see, Carolyn Robertson. I have to look there for a second. She's an RN. She'll do part 1 of a presentation on diabetes. The program will be held at the Senior Center. A question and answer period will follow the program. This program is free and open to the public. If you would like additional information about the Diabetes Part 1 seminar, you can contact Erin at 705-7185. Diabetes Part 1.
All right. Recently you spoke with Scott Barnard and Mike FRYT.
I certainly did. They are going to give us a lot of details on a program that they have begun here in the community, and they are working extremely hard to make come to fruition. So stay tuned and let's see what they've got to say. Hi, good morning, and joining me today is Scott Barnard, Director of Goldsboro Parks and Recreation, and local CPA and volunteer and avid cyclist Mike FRYT. Hello there. Welcome to the show, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, tell me more about Mike and his involvement in cycling and why that's important and relevant here in our community.
All right. Mike is one of a core group of guys that have really embraced the mountain bike trail effort. You know, we've been in the mountain bike trail building business now for just under a year, and from day one, Mike and some of the other gentlemen through the bike shop, Steve 21 and Dave Galloway, and then you know, really a core group of folks have really been the ones that have shouldered the majority of the work on these trails, and they're also the ones who are doing the majority of riding, and we're trying to get the word out to expand the number of folks that are riding these trails, expand the number of folks that are available and interested in volunteering to construct and maintain these trails. But you know, it's not a shameless promotion of Mike and the efforts of these volunteers that we're here to talk about today. We're really here to talk about, you know, where these trails are located, because that's one of the biggest things that we keep hearing is
how do we find it?
Where are the trails?
Right.
And, so.
Well, have you heard concerns about where do we park? How do we get to them? Those type things.
You know, most of that's been overcome. That was some of the initial concerns, but we've gone ahead and put in a gravel parking lot at the corner of Randolph and Peachtree. And if folks wonder where Randolph and Peachtree meet, that's really right behind the Lantern Inn.
Okay.
So there's a gravel parking lot. It's signed. It's a you know, perfectly safe place to park a vehicle, and it is the most convenient place to access the trails from. But additionally, Mike Wiggins, the owner of Bicycle World, has graciously allowed cyclists to park in the parking lot there at the Bicycle World shop. And there's a little trail that's been cut in out the back door of the bicycle shop, right down to the trailhead as well. So both are equally perfectly fine places to park, and you know, really equidistant to the trailhead as well.
Wonderful. Well, Mike, tell me, as a cyclist, tell me more about your involvement in these particular trails here in our community, and what do you think it brings to Goldsboro?
Well, it's one of those where I got involved with it with my son when he was probably about 12 years old, and we got into doing a lot of cycling, off-road cycling. And so we always had to drive somewhere. The closest place was Greenville, so we had to drive about an hour to get to a decent trail to ride, and they weren't all that great. During the last 13 years, mountain biking has picked up in its popularity. And so now we're starting to see that there's trails pretty much everywhere I go. And I've gotten much more over the last probably 3 or 4 years, much more involved in actually trail riding whenever I go somewhere for vacation or for business.
So you're always taking your bike with you everywhere you go?
I either will take my bike with me, or I make arrangements so that as soon as I get somewhere, I can get a bike and hit the trail.
Okay, so you can rent bikes?
Yes, in a lot of places you can rent bikes. One I did out in Salt Lake City 45 minutes from the time the wheels touched the ground at the airport, I was out on the trail.
Wow.
I had it all set up at the hotel that I could just land. I get there, put my stuff in the room, change my clothes, go down 2 blocks to the bike place. They had a bike all set for me and just gave me the maps to get to the trails, and off I go.
So you're a serious biker.
Well, I did enjoy it. I'm not great at it. I just really enjoy it. So it's always been something I had to do going somewhere else to do it. So, and we tried getting things moving along in Goldsboro, just never seems to be a real popular thing. And I also grew up in Milwaukee, where we had parks all over. We grew up playing in parks, a variety of, doing almost everything you can think of that kids would do. So when we saw that, when I found out that Scott was here and he had an interest in getting things developed, like the disc golf course and the trails, I was extremely excited because that's right here.
Right, right here locally for everybody to enjoy.
For everyone to enjoy, and it's a tremendous trail. Right now we have about 2.7 miles. There's 3 loops involved, and when you do all 3 in combination, which you can do one to another, it's about 2.7 miles, and it's a workout. It's not the most technical. You don't have to be the most advanced rider to ride it, but if it's one of those trails that if you stop pedaling, you stop. So it's a really good workout from start to finish. As we add more mileage to it, just becomes more enjoyable. And it makes it a place to go to rather than a short trail. Like when we first started it, I'd ride the same trail, 15 times.
Right.
Well, that gets a little boring. Now it's 3 times as long, and now you go out there and it's much more of an exercise, and you don't see the same thing over and over and over. So it's been really enjoyable. I don't have to drive somewhere to do it. It's right here. And that's why we're trying to get it more promoted. It's one of those things, a tremendous opportunity for the local people to walk, run, or ride. It's not exclusive to trail riding. And it's right here. So the convenience, the exercise, being outdoors, and it's also amazing to have such a place in the city. And there's a lot of deer. There's deer, fox, raccoons. It's just a
so you
great
have
place.
a little visit with nature while you're out there.
Yeah, it definitely. Sometimes you get a little bit too close to nature if you happen to fall.
Oh,
but
yes. I understand.
And it's actually fun to even get involved in the development of the trails, going out there and laying out the trail, clearing it out. We don't, as far as like, I guess with guys, we always like to play with toys. So having an opportunity to go out with a chainsaw and a hedger and axes and everything and start clearing out areas to ride on, it's just really enjoyable.
Well, you've experienced so many different trails across the United States. It's really nice for you to be able to come back and help guide a little bit some of the interesting pieces to the trail, make it a little more challenging possibly for some of those more experienced riders. But how about those of us that are not experienced? Could we ride on that trail as well? Oh,
definitely. The way we have it sort of set up is we call it, the first loop is called the beginner trail, and then we have an intermediate type trail, and then more an advanced trail.
Okay.
Even the advanced is not what would technically be an advanced mountain bike trail, but it is a little bit more difficult as you move up each of these trails. But if you do the beginner trail, that would be good for little kids. I mean, just learning, because there's a good portion of it. It's fairly, well, there's not a lot of terrain deviation in Goldsboro to begin with, so it's fairly flat, but it's in an area that's it's very scenic. It's a lot of pine straw, and it's sort of a winding path. It's actually, for those of us who ride more, it's the fastest of the trail, because you can pick up a little speed in that area. But for those who are beginning, we don't really have any major ditches to go through. We don't have any logs to roll over.
As of yet, huh?
Well, not on that trail. We don't plan on. In fact, we try to keep that one clear, just so that people can get in there. Because if you learn and you feel comfortable in that one, then you can just go off onto the second trail, which is a little bit more. We have some little hills. We have some ditches, some log rolls. Okay. And then you can go to the third one, which is just moves it up a little bit, notches it up just a little bit more.
Well, it sounds like you've got this thing planned out.
There is thought behind it. It's not what mountain biking was, in years past, where it was just folks going out and road riding on private or public property. This was Mike's experience across the country, as well as a lot of the other volunteers are Air Force men and women that have also ridden in other places, and there are schools. I've attended a trail building school, sponsored by NORBA, which is the National Off-Road Mountain Bike National Off-Road Bike Association. So, it's a science-based, it's not as easy as walking through the woods. It's a little bit more to it.
Well, if people want to find out more about this, or if they want to call and talk to somebody about it, Scott, what's the best avenue to take?
You know, they can always call the Parks and Recreation Department, but you know, really our best source of information community-wide right now is the bicycle shop. The bicycle shop, Bicycle World, is you know, ground zero for cycling in the region.
And that's located where?
That's just across the street from Stony Creek Park, a couple doors
Right
down from Lantern Inn. Correct.
Okay.
It's right there on Ash Street beside Cameron's.
And most of the people in there can give you some information.
Absolutely. You ask any one of their employees, and they're gonna have you directions to the trail. If you're a brand new cyclist, they have loaner bikes
That's
now
what I
at
was
the
gonna
bicycle
ask.
shop.
If you're not ready to invest in one until you see that that's something that you're going to be.
And that's something that you're going to get at a local shop. Is you're going to get loaner bikes, and you're also going to get the opportunity that if you're trying to make a difference between trying to make a decision between a you know, perhaps a consignment bike that might be $200 and a brand new full suspension bike that might be $1,500 or $2,000, they're going to want you to fit that bike, to ride that bike. They're going to want you to know what you're getting, you know, because it's a big investment.
Absolutely. Well, we are thrilled that we had this opportunity in Goldsboro, and I want you to continue to come back and give us updates, Scott, and give the community updates so we'll know how things are progressing all along the way. And thank you so much for being so committed to this program and to this opportunity that we have right here in Goldsboro.
Yeah, our map launches today. It'll be available on the city's and the Parks and Recreation Department's Facebook site, as well as it'll be forever available in the drop-down box for Stony Creek Park. That's what we're calling the Stony Creek North currently.
Okay.
So it'll be available if you pull off the Parks and Rec, GoldsboroParksandRec.com.
And what exactly will this map show us?
It's an interactive map. We've gone out there and used a gentleman named James Boyette, who's a masterful mapper working for the city of Goldsboro. And what we've done is you can go out there and you can not only move your cursor over different obstacles and then see images of those obstacles. You can see variances in terrain. It'll be something really neat for your bike geeks and for your novices. They'll be amazed at how much information you can get, you know, from an interactive map.
Wow, how interesting!
Parks and Recreation site.
We have some talented people in our community, don't we?
We sure do. And the map, the other interesting thing on the map is it's actually color coded, so you can see when I talk about those 3 different sections of the trail, you can actually see where those 3 sections are and how they link from one to the other. So
if you want to just ride on that one trail, you can stay on level 1, which is the beginner trail, and you never have to get off, correct? Right. Wonderful. And so on and so forth.
That's correct.
Well, thank you guys so much for being with us today. I think this is great information to share with the community. And like I said, I want you to keep coming back. Thank you, Mike, for all you do and all your volunteering. We appreciate it.
Well, it's my pleasure, believe me.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Absolutely. And if you want to find out more information about Goldsboro Parks and Recreation or the mountain bike trail, you can follow the website, Goldsboro Parks and Recreation.
GoldsboroParksandRec.com.
GoldsboroParksandRec.com, or you can go to the city's website, which is goldsboronc.gov, and find out more information there. Thank you for being with us. Welcome back.
We are indeed back. Today is the 25th, right?
That's right.
It's a Friday. Oh boy. And that was good. These guys do a great job for the
They
for the
do. You know, Mike is a volunteer. He is, you know, local accountant here in the community.
He's an accountant?
I believe he is.
All right.
And he is volunteering his time to be a part of this and to help organize the trail and the future endeavors of the trail.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Sure is.
All right. I want to, hey, I have a trivia question.
Wonderful.
Okay. All right. Here's the trivia question for today, and we'll give you the answer a little later on here. All right. Going to the trivia question for today.
Okay. Tell us what it is.
What are the only, name 2 of the 3, no, name any one of them.
Okay.
There have only been 3 sports films to win Best Picture Oscars. Sports films. Films that concentrate on sports. 3 of those sports films have won Oscars. Name 1.
Well, you know, we have one filmed right here in North Carolina. I don't know that it won any big awards, but
Did it win an Oscar?
can't remember.
And
I don't think so. What was the name of that one? Bull Durham? No. Yes. Did it win an award?
no.
Oh. Oh, well. We'll just have to wait
That's
on
a good
that.
answer, though. That's a
Okay.
very good answer.
Well, we got to give North Carolina a plug.
Yeah.
Of course. So you'll tell us the answer later.
I will do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Just thought of another one.
That did not win Best Picture.
What, Field of Dreams?
Field of Dreams.
It was a good movie.
It was a very good movie. I love Field of Dreams.
We'll have to keep thinking. They'll keep coming to us. I maybe just pop a few answers out every now and again.
And it's funny that you picked Bull Durham and you picked Field of Dreams, and what's his name?
Both have the same character in it.
Exactly.
Kevin Costner.
Costner. You know what? I'm not a Costner fan. Everybody loves Costner.
That is not a coincidence, Wayne.
That's not a coincidence?
Probably not.
Why is that not a coincidence?
I don't know. Can't imagine.
I'm not a Costner fan,
You're not?
unlike other people in the room.
Oh, well. Oh, well. I didn't even realize he was in the film. It just sort of came to me.
Except Dancing with Wolves.
Yes.
Now, that movie I liked. He was good in that. He didn't have a lot of speaking parts. Maybe that's it.
Maybe that's
Anyway.
why Wayne liked it.
No,
Oh, well.
he's
He's a good actor, though. Just say yes, he is.
yes, he is. Okay.
All right, what else is happening? He does look nice while he's acting. He does look good while he's acting, Wayne. But we'll move on. Okay.
Yes, he does.
Boy Scout Troop 258 is having a pancake breakfast Saturday, February the 2nd at 8 a.m. Cost is $5 per person. Let's see, you can eat in or take out. All you can eat if you stay inside and eat. $5 per person at Pine Forest United Methodist Church in the Rosewood community. That is all for Troop 258 pancake breakfast. Right, Wayne?
Right, Wayne. We also have the Senior Center offering a series of evidence-based classes entitled Arthritis Foundation Exercise Program. This is good stuff here. The program offering gentle, joint-safe exercises developed specifically for people with arthritis to help relieve stiffness and decrease arthritis pain. These low-impact classes can be taken either sitting down or standing up. This 6-week class series will be held at the Senior Center on Fridays and Saturday afternoons starting February 8th. Contact Aaron at 705-1785 if you'd like more information, or if you'd like to just go ahead and sign up. The classes are free and open to seniors age 60 and above.
60 and above.
Yeah.
That's the ticket.
That's the ticket there.
That's the ticket.
That's the ticket there.
Well, Wayne, this weekend
Yes.
is the Miss Goldsboro Scholarship Pageant.
That's this weekend?
That's this weekend.
Oh, boy.
Tomorrow night, actually. Miss Blair Mazingo, who is our current Miss Goldsboro, will be giving up her crown and moving on with her world and her life, and she's such a fantastic individual, and she's a current student at Mount Olive College.
She's a big talent.
She's a very big talent.
Lots of talent.
She's a very intelligent young lady who has a lot going for her, and she has grown so much through this experience.
I'm sure. Well, she's very pretty and she's very talented. Now, do you have any idea of what she'll be doing after this?
I know she is working very hard on a CD. She is recording a CD. She certainly
Really?
is, and it will be for sale soon. I don't know when, but she's been working hard on that. So I'm thinking early spring that'll be available. Blair went all the way to American Idol, did very well there,
Yes.
went all the way to Hollywood, did great, and she's got a lot of talent, and she performs at Mount Olive College a lot and across the state. But she'll be giving up her title Saturday night, and a new Miss Goldsboro will be crowned, and she'll earn scholarship money, and she will continue to grow and learn and be a part of our community for the next year, year 2013.
How about that?
That's right. That's this Saturday night. If you would like additional
that's great.
information, you can go to missgoldsboro.org. That's the website, and there's ticket information, how you can purchase tickets and things like that. But it'll take place at 7 o'clock p.m., Paramount Theater. Tickets will go on sale for sure at 5 o'clock at the box office at the Paramount.
Okay, there you go. Lots of stuff going on at the Paramount. Well, the Wayne County Veterans, I mentioned this a couple of days ago or yesterday. Wayne County, I want to remind you, Wayne County Veterans and Patriots Coalition announcing that the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, traveling Vietnam Veterans Memorial, the Wall That Heals, is coming to Wayne County. The date on that is in April, and the closer we get to the date of its arrival, we'll let you know more about it and where it's going to be and when it's going to be and how you can become a part of this. But it will be coming into Wayne County around 3 o'clock the afternoon of April 16th. Now mark that on your calendar. And there'll be a ceremony, a couple of ceremonies. In fact, one of the ceremonies will be to honor our KIA, our Killed in Action, scheduled for Friday the 19th of April at 5 p.m. to include a roll call, candlelight ceremony, a 3-volley salute, and taps. Keynote speaker for that particular event will be the Medal of Honor recipient, one of our local heroes, Colonel Joe Marm. will be the keynote speaker at that event.
That's wonderful.
Yes, it is. And I
We'll
hope
continue to share that information, and we'll also be out there and be filming some of the event. So we'll keep you posted.
want to see a lot of people at that event. So mark that on your calendar. The April 16th and the 19th and all
The
points
whole
in
week,
between.
right?
The whole week, in fact, the 21st and all that, on into the entire week.
That's right.
Okay, what do you have?
Well, let's see.
Well, I don't know.
Saturday, February the 2nd, at Wayne Community College, they'll be having the Carolina Games Summit. I spoke with Tara Humphreys out at Wayne Community College about that. She says that Game Summit is growing by leaps and bounds.
Yes.
I mean, thousands of people are attending this. And that is, you can find out additional information about this gaming summit at Carolina Games with an S on it, summit.com. It's $10 to enter this. You get access to all the speakers, exhibitors, you get to participate in tournaments, a mixture of education and fun. You can find out a schedule and registration information by going to that website. It's a simulation and game design program. That's what this is all about. And that's Saturday, February the 2nd, 10 o'clock in the morning until 8 p.m. It's all day.
It is.
Wow.
And in fact, believe it or not, this is I have been educated about this. This is more than simply going out and playing video games.
Oh, absolutely.
There are young people here in the Wayne County area particularly who are extremely good at this, and many of them want to get into game design.
Well, think about it now. This has a lot to do with more than just games, from what Tara was saying.
Yeah.
You know, this whole type of technology is used in the medical field. It's used in so many different fields now. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's a good way to learn.
It is.
And make contacts.
Yeah, it truly is.
February the 2nd, Wayne
February
Community
2nd.
College. Well, let's hear your interview with Farm Bureau. I believe you spoke with somebody recently.
They had a presentation recently out at the Farm Bureau office
Okay.
on North William Street. Here's what they said.
My name is Kevin Johnson. I introduced myself a while ago. I think most everyone in here knows who I am. I am the County Extension Director. And we're very proud of agriculture in Wayne County. We're very proud of agriculture in North Carolina. As I think everyone knows, agriculture is the #1 industry in North Carolina, $72 billion industry. It's the #1 industry in Wayne County. 2008 numbers have us at $760 million. I would dare say we're way over $800 million industry right now. So it has a significant impact in our community. I tell everyone that agriculture's been the #1 industry in Wayne County since this county was formed in 1779, and we're very proud of that. Some statistics, if on your table, I just laid a couple of these on your table that give some statistics, and Farm Bureau has some placemats that have some good numbers for you. Statistics are exactly what they are. They're statistics. They change from year to year. But some key things to know is that Wayne County is the 3rd largest turkey producing county in North Carolina, and it's the 5th largest producing turkey producer in the United States. Swine, we're the 4th largest in North Carolina and the 7th largest in the United States. Tobacco, people think tobacco's gone. You know, just because we had 5,000 quota owners in 1950, and we only have probably 50, 60 tobacco growers right now, we're still the 3rd largest tobacco producing county in the United States. So that just shows you the impact of just a few commodities right here. And when you think about agriculture, everybody thinks about the Midwest, and they think about West Texas, and they think about some of the big valleys in California. Believe it or not, this little geographic area right here in North Carolina has just as significant print as those areas there. I mean, it's a huge player in the American ag economy. So we're very fortunate to be here. We're very proud of it. In 2011, our farm gate receipts, we were at $390 million right here. Couple other things that I feel like I need to tell you. 6 of the top 10 manufacturing here in Wayne County are agribusinesses. And you can probably count them on your hand. Goldsboro Milling, Case Farms, Mount Olive Pickle. It goes on and on. So we're very proud to have agribusinesses here. And it's huge farming, but we also have agribusinesses. Agriculture is one of the major employers in our county. So we're really proud of that. Some things I do want to tell you. One thing that's kind of interesting. In 1940, a farmer fed 19 people. 1940, 19 people. Today, a farmer feeds 155 people. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, there's always going to have to be agriculture. There's only a few things you need in this world, and food is one of them. You're always going to have it. It's a well-known fact that in the year 2050, a farmer's going to have to feed 506 people. So, there's going to be fewer farmers in 2050. And don't forget, our population is growing exponentially. World population is growing exponentially. So, how are we going to do that? It's probably going to be with technology. It's probably going to be with technology. But, you know, we've got some challenges ahead of us. And it just goes to show you, for job security, there's always going to have to be farmers. Always. So that just shows you how important that our job is. There's some other highlights on here on this little brochure that I've got on the table. And I only put 2 on each table, but I got a whole pack up here. But I do want to mention, if you'll look, this is one of our billboards up here at the top. We dig billboards. And they're all over the county. And the one thing I do want to let you know is that Farm Bureau is our largest supporter of the We Dig It campaign. So very thankful for what Farm Bureau does with that. But I just wanted to give you some highlights. If anybody has any further questions, I'll be available after the program. And I do have some We Dig It stickers back there on the back, so you can put them on your pickup or your cars and ride around. I've seen those as far as Winston-Salem, riding on the interstate. I've seen We Dig It stickers for Wayne County. So it's amazing to see how far it's traveled. But thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Kevin. Okay. What was yours? You want to play?
Yeah. I know the election we had a lot. We have a lot of new members here that haven't been present with us here this luncheon before, and like I said earlier, some new faces just because of you coming from Raleigh, you're coming from representatives from D.C. We kind of want to give you a background on how Farm Bureau works. Some of you may be familiar with it, others may not. But the mission of Farm Bureau is to protect the interests of farmers and rural people. And the North Carolina Farm Bureau was formed in 1936. Well, most people think the Farm Bureau is an insurance agency. That's just a service that that Farm Bureau provides. The insurance agency wasn't started until 1953. So there's a lot of other things that Farm Bureau does. Farm Bureau is a legislative lobbying group to protect those farm interests, to give input, to serve as a unified voice of farmers, to come together with the problems that they face every day, or that we face every day, and to try to let our legislators, let you folks know what our problems are and how we think we need to fix them. And hopefully that allows you to do that. Like I said earlier, we want Farm Bureau to be a resource. If you have any questions on anything, just come to us. You can call here at the county office, and Sheila can get you in touch with one of the board members, or you can call the state office and call those like Jake Parker and Linda Andrews who are here with us now. Farm Bureau is a grassroots organization. It starts from the bottom up. And who knows our problems better than us? And that's how the Farm Bureau policy development starts. We review our policies as a policy review day we have in the county. We call it our commodity supper. And we review them and make additions to them, and then that goes to the State Resolutions Committee. And the State Resolutions Committee looks over them, and then they go before the state annual meeting. Well, let me back up. Before it goes to the State Resolutions Committee, it goes to Wright and County annual meeting. Then the State Resolutions Committee, then to the State Farm Bureau Convention for approval, and that becomes our policy. And after that, any pertinent resolutions go to the American Farm Bureau. So we try to deal with, the Farm Bureau tries to deal with policies on the local, state, national, and even the international level. And one area of concern, we have several areas of concern, but one local area of concern that we kind of wanted to bring up to you today is the present use value system, taxation. We like to keep that. I know we have tight budgets, both on the local level, state level, and definitely on the federal level. And we just hope that we can keep the present use value system like it is, because for several reasons. Most of the land that we farm, me and my dad farm, they're owned by older, retired people. And they depend on the income of their farm. So if the taxes go up, well, that's taken away from what they can live on. And I just probably, with most of the guys in here that are farming, their landowners are older and retired people. Farmland also doesn't use very many services. I know we did have some, we may have a fire call to a combine or something to call them a fire, or somebody trespassing and we need the sheriff department or something to go out there. But compared to residential areas, farmland uses very few services. So maybe it doesn't cost the county as much to have it. And also, it's a means of farmland preservation. As I mentioned before, with the older people owning a lot of the farmland, they can keep it in their families if their taxes are low. But if it gets to a point where they can't afford to pay taxes on it, then they have to sell it. And as Kevin mentioned earlier, we have to keep producing food. The population will be growing dramatically by 2050, and we have to keep farmland, not only for production purposes, but as cities grow and towns grow, people like to have that open space. So I think that's a part of our present use value system, is also a means of preserving farmland. On the state level, with the tight budget constraints, I know that they're there. They may be wanting to do away with our exemption on farm equipment or any kind of agricultural input. Well, profit margins are generally thin on farm, and so anything that adds to the cost of what we put into our farming operation affects our bottom line. We definitely had good years this past year. We've had good weather and we've had good prices, but those don't always hold for long-term trends. We could have a drought here just like they had in the Midwest last year, and our margins would be thin. Just to put it into perspective, it costs $600 an acre for me to grow an acre of cotton. It's a lot. If you've got 1,000 acres of cotton, you can do the math on how much money that costs. $325 to $350 an acre for soybeans. You can do the math on that one as well. Especially when a cotton picker costs $550,000 to buy, the combine costs $400,000 to buy. If you're in the tobacco business, $35,000 for a barn, a new barn, or $45,000 to $120,000 for a new planter, depending on the size of your planter. So farming is expensive. And anything that adds to our expense, that cuts off of our bottom line. And along with that, we also have a loss of income because of the farm bill. As on the federal level, the farm bill is up for renewal or to try to decide on another farm bill, and we've already conceded pretty much our direct payments. And our direct payments on my farming operation, that's 2% of my income. It's from farm payments. So I'm already taking a 2% pay cut. This is also the last year we've already got it. If you're still in the tobacco buyout program, you didn't take a lump sum, this payment was the last one. So that's more income we're not going to have for another year in 2014. But we understand on the federal level that we all have to do our part. I mean, we've got deficits. We've got spending that needs to be cut, and we all need to do our part. But we just hope in the next farm bill that since we've already conceded with the direct payments, we do need a safety net. As Kevin said, we've got a big population to continue to feed, and we need to keep people farming. I mean, it's one thing you can't live without. And we're only saying food, but there are other aspects of agriculture. I mean, I grow cotton. You need clothing. We need clothing as well. The forestry industry is also considered a part of agriculture. We need building materials for our homes and for new residents and for businesses as well. So in the Farm Bill, we definitely need a viable safety net. We need a viable one and an affordable one. And right now, the biggest one that we have is the federal crop insurance program. It's a vital tool for us. The major drought we had in the Midwest, I know there are a lot of indemnity payments, big indemnities paid out in the Midwest. But if it wasn't for those payments, those guys would be in trouble. They would probably have to sell. And I know if it happened on my farm, if we had a natural disaster like that, with Hurricane Irene last year, ruined our tobacco crop. We'd have been in a very, very bad situation if we couldn't have recouped some of it through insurance. Because even though the storm was tore up our crop, we still had those payments to make. We still had operating loans to make. The federal crop helped us get out. You don't get rich off of it. By no means you get rich off the federal crop. But it sure does help you survive for another day. Now I want to finish up with this. A recent article I read, China subsidizes their agriculture. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't realize that. But in recent times, they are subsidizing they're subsidizing fuel, they're subsidizing fertilizer for one purpose only, and that's to continue to feed the huge population they have in China. They're trying to keep the farmers on the farm. As you know, a lot of people, they're poor people in China. They can go to the cities and make lots of money compared to what they could farming. But the Chinese people have realized for sufficiency, self-sufficiency in food, and not to be dependent on someone else, they have to keep people farming. They have to keep them feeding that country. And I know we don't like to talk about subsidies, but I know, and we don't like to talk about it in the Farm Bill, but we do need something, because the same thing can happen here. If you got where you can't make money farming, at the age of farmers now, in the 55 to 56 year range, the average age of farmers, young people will not go back to the farm. If they can go back and go into the cities and make $50,000, $60,000 and work 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, nobody's going to want to go to farm and try to do the same thing and work in 24 hours, 7 days a week. So I just wonder, these are some of the concerns we have: the present use value, keeping our tax exemptions in the state, and also we definitely need a farm bill to be passed just so we can have some stability and so we can plan for our future as well. I thank you for coming. If you have any questions, please feel free to, like I said before, contact any of our board members. Contact Sheila here and she can get you in touch with someone. And if you have any questions, we'll be around and after this meeting.
We're back on WGTV today, Wayne Goldsboro Television, and it's Friday.
We are. It is Friday. We have a busy weekend this weekend of lots of events happening here in our community.
Lots of stuff going on.
People can choose what they'd like to attend.
That's right. And I would recommend you just go to everything.
I don't know if you can go to everything. Tell us the answer to the trivia question, Wayne.
The trivia question for today
Remind us what the question is.
The question was, there are only 3 sports films to ever win Best Picture Oscars. Not Best Actor, not Best Actress, not Best Script or anything like that. Only 3 sports films have ever won Best Picture Oscars.
And it was not the 2 that we guessed, which was Field of Dreams and Bull Durham. Oh well.
That's right.
It was not.
It was one of them.
Yes.
Was back in '04. It was $1 Million Baby. That was one.
Oh yeah, that was a great movie.
Another one was in '81, Chariots of Fire. That was about running and all that. And the third was in 1976, of course, Rocky.
Why did we think of that?
I don't know. Why?
Rocky, absolutely.
Yeah, Rocky was a blockbuster.
Yes,
movie.
it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
All right.
Well, thank you for that, Wayne. We've learned something today.
You're quite welcome. Glad I could help.
Let's see. I want to remind you on March the 2nd, there's a child care conference taking place at Wayne Community College. It's a partnership between Wayne Community College and the Partnership for Children. It's all for early childhood educators. The keynote speaker is educator and children's author Lester Lamanek. I think that's the way you pronounce that.
That's right.
Known for his publications with messages about bullying and relationships. Some of his books are Saturdays and Tea Cakes, Snow Day, Trevor's Wiggly Wobbly Tooth.
What?
Trevor's Wiggly Wobbly Tooth. You did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Jake's 100th Day of School, The Sunsets of Miss Olivia Wiggins, and the list goes on and on.
Wow.
The night before the child care conference, so on March the 1st, this author will actually be over at the Arts Council and be participating in their First Friday. He will be there signing autographs and taking pictures with people that are interested in taking their children to go meet him and get to know him and have some book signings and things like that. But the child care conference is on March 2nd at Wayne Community College, and it's all for early childhood educators.
All right. This day in 1915, almost 100 years ago, think about it, 1915, A.G., his friends call him A.G.
A.G.
Alexander Graham Bell.
Oh, just A.G.
Or Big Al. Inaugurated the U.S. Transcontinental Telephone Service. So you could speak to someone on this side of the country to someone on the other side of the country. The problem was you had to go through a whole maze of operators to do it, but it was opened for business. Of course, people nowadays have no idea what that means.
No.
To have to go through an operator. You pick up the phone and there was somebody there to direct your call.
That's right.
How may we direct your call? Radio comic Jack Benny, one of my favorite all-time comedians, and you know, some of his programs are still available.
Yes,
on
they are.
syndication.
Yes, they
Have you
are.
seen
I've seen some.
Oh, it's just so funny. 1927, and the only intelligent guy on the whole show was Rochester. He's the only one with any common sense. Anyway, radio comic Jack Benny married a lady by the name of Sadie Marks, and Sadie, of course, later changed her name to Mary Livingston. Oh, Mary, he would say. 1927, they got married. American Airlines opened the jet age in the U.S. with the first scheduled transcontinental flight. This day, 1959. People could fly from coast to coast on a Boeing 707.
Wow.
And now they got the what, the 787 or something like that they're having trouble with. Yeah, 101 Dalmatians premiered on this day in 1961. That was the animated movie. 101 Dalmatians. Let's see, what else happened? Oh, yes, there was an elderly Dutch lady. She was from the Netherlands in 04. Just a few years back, someone was breaking into her house. Well, this elderly Dutch lady scared a burglar out of her house by repeatedly hitting him over the head with a chamber pot.
Oh, my goodness.
You know what a chamber pot is. Anyway, the burglar was so frightened he begged to be allowed to leave the house, so the woman opened her front door and he ran out into the street. Nothing was stolen. He got away with bruises.
I would say so. I would say so.
Yes, way to go. Birthdays today. Birthdays today include actress Diana Manoff is 54. Christine Lakin is 33. Actor Dean Jones, who did a lot of Disney stuff, he's 81 today. China Cantner is 40. Maya Kirshner, 37, and Alicia Keys, the singer, is 31 today.
31 years
31 years young today.
Just a baby.
Just a baby.
That's right. The older we get, the more they're just babies.
Indeed. Isn't that the truth? All right.
Let's see. I believe, is that just about to wrap it up? I believe it is, Wayne.
I think it is as well. You know, you can see this program every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 7 o'clock. Well, not this program, because we change it every day. Starting at 7 o'clock in the morning, we repeat at noon, then we repeat at 5:30, and then again later in the evening. Also online.
That's exactly right. We are offering on YouTube, but the city and the county have YouTube links on their website where you can click on those and go directly to the city and county's website, YouTube link, and it'll show you all the programs from the day we started.
That's exactly right. So
you can learn lots about things happening in our community by watching those.
Yes, you can. So join us again Monday morning at 7 o'clock here on WGTV today. Until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.